Here we go. Ah!
Awesome.
So thank you for those of you that are tuning in. My name is Maisha Hoy. I am the founder of KUUBOB, which is a Black-owned brand marketplace that I started in 2021. Part of my mission and the reason why I started is because I always want to be able to amplify Black-owned brands. And so going through a couple of years, I am now on stage with a Black-owned brand, Akrasi Boutique, and our founder, Joyce. So, Joyce, why don't you take a minute and introduce yourself to our audience? And thank God we got this together.
Yes, we did. Awesome. Hi, everybody. My name is Joyce Akrasi, and I am the founder, the maker of Akrasi Boutique, and I make clothing and hair accessories with African wax print fabric. And I'm Ghanaian, so I am pretty keen on kente. Like, I love anything that has a kente print, and there are so many varieties that I can probably go like my whole life and I will never have completed every single kente print. So there's a limitless number, which means that I can just go on forever creating accessories, clothing and hair accessories. And I love to make everything by hand. And I mainly use my my classic sewing machine, which is a Singer Fairlight that was built in the 1940s, proper old school. And I put a motor on it because it was a hand sewing machine. So I put a motor on it so I can really rev it up and get going on my sewing machine. And I also like working with bronze, copper, and silver. So a lot of the items that I make are based with those metals, and I've started working a lot with glass as well. I like sort of naturally occurring minerals and metals, so that should give you an idea of where I'm coming from. I'm quite excited, Maisha.
So I'm gonna give a little history of how we are even here today and let's just everyone know Joyce is in the UK and it's close to midnight.
Yes.
And here so we're American, Ghanaian, UK kind of thing.
Yeah.
But give me a little history about why you decided to. We talked a little bit before we got on to the show, but how you started your boutique, why you started your boutique.
Oh, well, I started my boutique because I couldn't find a lot of the sorts of accessories that I wanted for my locks. And we're talking sort of pre-lockdown. I got really into a technique called kanshazi, which is Japanese and African method of using material in the same way you do origami. So it's a folding technique to create things with fabric instead of paper. It's like origami, but with fabric. And I really got into that pre-lockdown to make things for hair accessories. I brought some of my items, so I really got into making things like
perfect,
like that.
Perfect.
So it's basically like folding the fabric to create like flowers or other like delicate items. And I like mixing African wax print with shells, mainly cowrie shells. That's my other obsession, is cowrie shells. I love those. So like utilizing those sort of things to create accessories, that's kind of what I'm into. So I started using that because, I wanted stuff for locks because I didn't really want to use, you can get lots of lock cuffs. You know what I mean by lock cuffs? They're
Yeah,
like,
we have a few, not to take away from what we're selling here, but we have a few. Accented Glory has cuffs for your locks on
yeah, for
our
your
website.
locks. Yeah, you can get loads of those. And I really like those, but I wanted like a variation using the fabric as well. And I couldn't find anything that was using the fabric as well to decorate
Mm.
locks. So that's how I started. That's how I started making those, because I haven't got any in my hair at the moment. But I do really like the cuffs. So I like the beaded cuffs and the silver, the metal cuffs, that go around the locks. I quite like
Those are
those.
the ones I'm most familiar with.
Yeah. And I thought, oh, it would be really nice if I could find something with fabric, like African wax print fabric that does the same sort of thing. So that's how I got into making those items. And I also I'm also very influenced by 50s, 40s, 50s, 60s. I like the retro look, like post independence Ghana. I like that sort of the style when everyone was looking all chic and on point, mixing Western and traditional African dress. I like that. I like that point in time. So yeah, when
Oh,
Ghana gained independence, which ironically it was their anniversary yesterday, well,
I gotta
2 days ago
say,
now.
my former boss was from Ghana, and she had
Yeah,
a beautiful picture of her in I'm assuming kente
yeah,
cloth. I don't know the
Kente.
difference, but very beautiful, very
Yeah,
beautiful.
gorgeous, gorgeous. So that's where the inspiration comes from. And then once I started making hair accessories, I started thinking about all the other possibilities of things that I would like to see. So like maybe reimagining things like Little Red Riding Hood. At the moment, I'm making lots of snoods, and the idea for that came from, what if Little Red Riding Hood got like a Ghanaian twist, and her cloak was kente. And so I started making snoods, custom snoods, and they're doing really well at the moment. And I really enjoy making them. So they're sort of like extra large snoods that wrap around and just look really elegant and gorgeous. And yeah, so it's like mixing ideas together to create something different. That's what I got into about 3 or 4 years ago, and I started on Etsy.
Okay, yep.
Yeah,
I get a
and
lot of my black owned brands from Etsy.
yeah, I started on Etsy, and I got a lot of support from the States, which I still do now. I still sell more in the States than any other country.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so. I'm gonna post the link to your website while we're talking, so people can go visit the your site. Because let me just say that I am an affiliate of Joyce's Boutique, Akrasi Boutique. So I do get commission on anything we sell this evening. So I do encourage all of you to visit.
Mm.
So we'll talk a little bit about how we even decided to do this, because that's fun to me, right?
Yes, yeah, most definitely.
So again, I'm an affiliate. I actually was trying to say, I'm trying to move my model a little bit. I'm like, okay, I'm trying to get all these brands on my site, but I can't do it all by myself. What's the quickest way to amplify Black owned brands and still tell the message of Kwanzaa all year, Black economic empowerment, and all the deep stuff that goes behind KUUBOB.
Mm.
So I did a search for African American Black owned brand affiliates, and I led us to Afro affiliate, which the Akrasi Boutique is on there. I had to get
Yeah,
approved. It's a simple process, but I had to get approved. And then I like to have nice, sharp logos and a little bit of the messaging. So it gives me a chance to talk to the boutiques. And so here we are.
yeah.
We met online and talk about now the collaboration piece that you decided to work on for us tonight.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm very excited about this because similar to how you found Afro affiliates is how I found it as well.
Okay.
Because prior to this, I was quite a vocal member of Black owned Etsy, and we done a couple of lives. I organized a couple of lives with other makers where we would talk to each other about our inspiration and why we like making or creating the things that we do. And I thought when I started my business, I thought it would be nice to reach out to other people that think in a similar way. And I wonder if there's some kind of affiliate that encourages Black owned businesses to work together. And that's how I found Afro affiliates as well. And I thought, oh, this is such an awesome idea, you know, and Cash Black, which, which I found
Oh,
out about also in a similar manner, because I thought I like the idea of creating an economy that supports each other, because there are so many of us entrepreneurs out there, isn't there? But we need more of a network that links us together in a way that is more sort of collaborative between us.
yeah.
And I love the idea of Afro affiliates and Cash Black for that reason. And yeah, that's how I came across you, and I thought it was a brilliant idea what you're doing with KUUBOB. And I was going to say I've written some questions down because
Absolutely, absolutely. But
I'm
let's absolutely ask
fascinated.
me all the questions because I love talking about QBob because
Yeah,
it's kind of my passion project. Like I have a marketing business and I have Maisha's lemonade stand, but QBob brings all of that together. So please
together it
ask
sounds
questions,
like,
ask questions.
yeah. So I wanted to know, like, if you could give us an idea of the philosophy behind QBob, because I mean I've scoured your website and I'm fascinated by what you do, and I would love to know more as well
Absolutely.
about like the philosophy behind QBob, please.
So I'm gonna try to keep it light because I can get so serious about this.
I
So
hear you.
the principle of QBOB, the KUU, are Kujichagulia, which is self-determination, and Kwanzaa for Kwanzaa. These are all Kwanzaa terms. By my hashtag is Kwanzaa all year. Kujichagulia, self-determination. UJAMAA, collective work and responsibility, and UJAMAA, which is what we're doing today, collaborating and working together.
Yeah,
The Bob is simple, Black owned brands. So the purpose is really to, as you just said, work with companies that are bringing us together collectively to elevate the Black owned brand and really to elevate us spending money with us and really to keep the money that you creators create, that us marketers market in our community as long as it possibly can. You can go back. So I'll give you a little history. So I read Martin Luther King's Southern Leadership Economic Policy. That's why I can go deep with this. And the language and what he was promoting and what he was saying is still the same. So from 68 to now, we're still saying the same thing.
mm,
So to me, QBob is my way of moving the needle just a little bit more and to really focus on celebrating, elevating, and spending money. I want you to spend money on QBob. I want you to buy from Akrasi boutique. I
yeah,
want you to buy. I get so, this is why I can get deep, but I don't need, I love that you like my page. I love that you follow what I do. And I love that you do this. But the purpose is buy. So I
Mm,
have shop KUUBOB, buy black. Buy
yeah,
black, shop KUUBOB. So that's the meaning behind KUUBOB. And thank you for letting me share
yeah,
that
yeah.
information.
And I think that is really significant, because I think the way in which communities grow is through economic independence. And economic independence is only possible if we support each other's businesses. That's how all other cultures are able to grow. And if we keep this idea going, that's how things like back in the day, like Black Wall Street was so successful, because it locked into that idea of supporting each other's businesses, instead of like seeing it as some kind of competition where only one can survive.
Right.
The concept of being collaborative is seeing that each one has its own value,
Mm-hmm.
and so there's no harm. In fact, the only way we can grow is by supporting each other's businesses. So I'm totally into what your website represents
And
and the philosophy behind it.
and I'm
I'm
so,
here for it.
the thing that is so interesting to me, because is that in doing the research for this. So I have models that I like, and I'm going to shout them out because it's all about collaboration and sharing. And I don't have all the brands on my site. I have toothpaste. I have a black-owned brand toothpaste on my site, which if you heard, you should see how excited I am. The video is going to come out because I was like, what I want for KUUBOB is to have brands from the toothpaste to the pillowcase. So we can shop Black all day. But I
Yeah,
want to shout out Shop Bob, because they do a great job of elevating us as well. They have their own feed. And my favorite, which is actually a search term, We Buy Black. That's the model right there. They have, I mean, if you go to their website, which I will hopefully become an affiliate of them, that's the goal. They have all types of brands. And I also
mm,
have another Hamptonian, Fourth Avenue, who just sells Black beauty products. So we can do this and we can do this together. That's the most important message that I can get out there, that you can shop Black, you can get your toothpaste, get your hair. I'm trying to find a pillowcase, you can get look
yeah,
pretty, jewelry, all kinds of products that we as creators, and then we
yeah,
know our legacy as creators, right? We've done this for hundreds and hundreds of years. And now is your chance to buy Black. Shop the
yeah,
site, but make sure you buy something.
yeah,
So talk
yeah.
about the design that you made for us, for our collaboration that
Yeah.
proves the
So
point.
yes, yeah. So for the collaboration between KUUBOB and Akrasi Boutique, um, I started with some an experimental flower which is called the Ixia flower, and this is an example of, oh, there we go, of how it looks. This is a different print of it, but the same design of the flower, and basically it's several petals that are stitched together, and the middle of the flower is a glass globe. You probably can't see it on here, but the middle of the flower is like a glass globe. It's really cute and gorgeous, and you can, and it has like a little, it's bound with vegan leather,
Mm,
and there's a bronze pin that you can use, that you can pop into your hair for like a kind of Billie Holiday type. Like,
okay.
as I was saying, I'm very into the whole retro look
Me
thing. So
too.
I wanted to make something like a Billie Holiday-esque type flower, but with wax print. So the one on the site is kente, which is this material there. I'm not sure if you can see. You might not be able to. Oh, yes, you can. You
Yeah.
can see it there. So these are the bobby pins of the print on the website, and I've sealed, these are bronze, and I've sealed them in glass, so they've got a nice dome shape, as you can see on it, as opposed to resin. I think glass looks a little bit chicer, so I've been getting into that. And I seal the tips with rubber. You probably can't see that,
And
but
you
I
do all
seal
this,
the
this is all handmade, right? You do
it,
this.
oh yeah, I do that by hand. I seal the tips in rubber so that they don't scratch your scalp when you're putting them in, so they're nice and comfortable. And because it's the little details, isn't it, that make your day. I think sometimes, when you look at something and you think, oh, they've really thought of everything there, that makes me feel quite happy. And so it's 3 pieces in this accessory set. So it's the flower that you can wear as a hairpin, and then the bobby pins, which I've just shown, and copper stud earrings. Let's see if you can
Ooh,
see that
okay.
as well. And those are the earrings, which are really gorgeous, and they are it's hammered copper, and the detail in the middle is again the kente wax print that I've sealed in glass and then housed inside the copper. So everything is handmade, as I explained. And this is an exclusive set because this is the first time I've made this accessory set, and it's a limited edition. So I'm making like 3 or 4 more this weekend. And I will continue to make like variations, I imagine, or with use of the same principle but using different prints like this one. So the one that you'll see on the website is the kente print, which is the gold and blue, the golden yellow and blue, and that is from Joseph's marketplace in Ghana. So he sends me, we have a chat about some of the prints that I like, and then he goes shopping and he sends me examples, and we have a little WhatsApp chat, and I say, oh, I love this, that, and that, and that. And he gets them for me, lets me know how much it's going to cost to ship it over here, and then I pay him for it. So like it, as we were saying about supporting other businesses, I try to keep that going throughout my business as well. So if I'm growing, then other people are growing as well. So for me, it's very important, that concept of supporting other businesses to help each other to grow.
And so if they buy from me, that's Ghana, you, me, and then I'll try
Yeah,
to, and I will buy more products for KUUBOB. So that's four. That the dollar stays 4 times
yeah,
in our businesses. I love, yes.
yeah,
So
yeah.
before we're getting there. We decided to end this at 30 minutes. Everybody, we could talk forever, but who wants to hear us talk forever? Give us an idea of what else is on your site. I know you have men's stuff.
Oh yes, I have various things on the site. In terms of men's stuff, I have let me see if I've got any examples here, because I brought like a little box of goodies.
Yeah.
So I do other things, like I make button pins like these guys. So you probably can't see that too
I
well,
can
but
see.
I
I would
make
like to get
button
some
pins.
men's stuff on my site too, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, okay, lovely. Again, sealed in glass, but these are bronze. And I'm also a zero waste design boutique. So part of the concept is that nothing gets thrown away, because landfills are full of man-made fabrics that are never going to break down, guys. They're just, once they're in the landfill, that is it. They're not biodegradable, they're not breaking down, they're not going anywhere. They're just going to get more and more of it, and it's not going anywhere, which is a frightening thought, I think. So another reason why I like wax print is that most of it is printed on cotton, which is biodegradable and does break down. You can put it in your compost once you've had enough of something and you can use it to grow your tomatoes or whatever. So, you know, the life cycle continues. You know what I mean, though?
It's funny. I can get very passionate about certain things, but all of a sudden, like recycling, and I keep seeing these animals dying in the ocean and coming up. Like,
Yeah.
we got to do better, people.
I
We
don't want to
got
be
to do
responsible
better.
for that. Yeah. I don't want that to be my fault. So, so yeah, I think it's very important that we are aware of our presence on this planet. And that's part of the reason I moved over from resin, which is what I was originally using, epoxy resin, which is supposed to be a greener option. But with glass, I know that glass can be recycled. It can be broken down and it can be used again. It's basically heated sand, so it can be broken down and it can be used again for other things. It's definitely recyclable, and that's why I'm more comfortable using glass. I also think it looks nicer, but and to the end, there's things like these guys, which are the globe. Oops, I've got to
Yeah,
get used to.
I
Which are
can
the
see it better. Yep.
globe earrings. And with these guys, they're basically all the leftover threads. So when I'm cutting my materials and the threads, the remnants that come off the pieces, I've started collecting those. So I don't even throw the threads away anymore. And that's what these earrings are made from. So I collect all the threads and I put them in these glass globes and use them to make stud earrings. And they're really cute because they look like glass marbles.
Okay.
And each one is different because it depends on which fabrics I have been using over the course of a couple of weeks, and that's what gets combined together. So I make things like those, and I don't know if I've got any in here because I think I sold a whole batch of them. But I also do lace locks, which are which you can add to your trainers. You'll be able to see them on my website, actually.
We say sneakers or
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry, yeah. You add them to your sneakers, like your high top. So I've got two sizes. I've got fat ones, which look really nice on high tops.
okay.
Like your Nike high tops, your Adidas high tops. They look really cute on those. And I've got smaller ones, which look really cute on your, oh, yeah, I keep forgetting. Yeah, I'm talking to Americans. So more like your pumps, yeah, your
High heels?
sneakers. Yeah,
Sneakers?
yeah.
Wedges?
Wedges, yeah,
Okay. Okay.
wedges, high heels, yeah, your pumps. If there's got like little cute little laces on them, you can add those in there. But and there are examples on my website. So
All
yeah,
right.
please go and have a look there. And with men's stuff, I also do cravats, men's cravats, which is what this is
Ooh.
in the same this is the same wax print that our accessory set comes in. But I also do yeah, cravats and pocket squares with matching cufflinks.
Yeah,
So
I think that's what when I went to your site, I was like, so it's interesting. I get a lot of searches for men's products as opposed to women's stuff. I guess women know where to shop. So
yeah, yeah,
that the men's
yeah.
stuff really looks really clean and crisp, and like you can see a handsome man with his beard.
Oh
Oh my
yeah. Yeah,
gosh.
yeah, yeah. I'm sure Steve won't mind me mentioning it, but I have a few guys who are like regulars, and
Uh-huh.
one that I'm really proud of is Steve. He lives in Senegal, and
Nice.
he has the sharpest taste in clothes,
So
you know.
can we see him on your Instagram, or do we need to ask Steve to get
Yes,
some pictures?
you can see examples of him on
Okay.
my Instagram. He has the sharpest taste in men's suits, and yeah, he's a Senegalese gentleman with like awesome taste, and he's really keen on my pocket squares and
Yeah.
cufflinks,
Yeah.
and the way he matches them up with the rest of his clothing, it's like, oh, everything makes sense. You know what I mean?
Look, I don't even know who Steve is, but I can see him in my mind's eye. I already
Oh,
know he's handsome and
he's
dapper.
handsome, dapper, and sharp, you know, and he's like a great example of what you can do with these kinds of accessories. And he has a really like wonderful way of blending Western style with African style.
Yes.
And I think that's really on point because, you know, I think a lot of Africans, African Americans, British Africans, diasporans, full stop, have like a great sense of style. And I like the idea of people. I'm more into the concept of style than I am of fashion, because I think style is more classic than
Okay.
fashion. Style is more about celebrating what makes you you,
Okay. I agree. Yeah.
and showing that in the way that you dress. And
I agree.
I'm
For
more into
me,
that idea,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
I'm kind of a classic girl with little accoutrements is what I
Yeah,
call it.
yeah, yeah. I love an accoutrement. Yeah, yeah, I hear you. I
So
think that's awesome.
So thank you so much. Thank you for being patient because we both were cracking up, Joyce and I, because we're like, we haven't done this before. We're
No,
kind of
not
out of
like
our
this.
comfort zone, but we're going to plow ahead. And I hope you enjoyed our conversation as much as I've enjoyed speaking with Joyce. I have our links. So there's so many ways that you can contact us. So let me let you go first, and then I'll close us out on how people should contact you, Joyce.
Oh yeah. Well, the easiest way to reach me is probably via Instagram at Akrasi Boutique, all one word. You can DM me there. You can also see examples of the things that I make. And I often go live when I have a custom order, because I like the person that's ordering it to see how I put the items together, how I make something that they've ordered. So the easiest way is probably through Instagram, or you can go directly to my site, www.acressiboutique.com. I think those are the easiest. Or you can even Google me. I'll show up on Google Maps.
All right, I posted your Instagram, I posted your website,
Thank
and you
you.
can also find her through KUUBOB,
Indeed.
through my UJAMAA Brands page, where I now have affiliates that I sell Black-owned brands all across the world. And if you go that page, you click on there, but you can also find her, what's it called? Ixia. It's called Ixia Flower Design.
Excellent.
Thank you. I have that on the site as well. So if you don't ready to shop today, you can shop tomorrow. And remember, the purpose of what we're doing today is buying black. It's buying black shopping all year, Kwanzaa all year. And if you go to my website, you see my new tagline: you can make history. You can make Joyce's history. She can be the next Madam C.J. Walker. I don't know who that person is, the most millionaire in Ghana. But by making one simple purchase today, you're creating history for somebody else tomorrow. So please, please, please buy black, shop KUUBOB, and go to visit both our websites. I see one person, so I'm going to say hi. So just so we can say hello to you, and thank you for logging in and joining our Buy Black Fusion conversation.
Mm.
And we hope to see you again.
Oh, fun.
All right.